Hello, and welcome to HarvestROI's correspondent team live from INBOUND25 in San Francisco. How are you feeling today?
Good.
Good. Wake up, San Francisco.
Caroline has been preparing that one for a while.
I'm going to get all the Easter eggs of Full House. I'm just going to sprinkle some like Taylor Swift.
Yeah, that's why we got you here. You're the personality here.
I'm the personality hire.
We're the nerds. So if people don't know who we are, hello, my name is Selim Maalouf. I am the director of marketing at HarvestROI. We are a diamond partner, solutions partner with HubSpot, 3 times accredited. And joining me today is...
I am Nico Lafakis, a AI specialist and technical solutions engineer at HarvestROI.
And I'm Caroline Prettyman. I'm a RevOps account strategist at HarvestROI.
So you see here, we have a very diverse team that is excited to talk about all the updates that we just got through the keynote. Some of us kind of cheated a little bit. We got access 2 weeks before the show, so we're kind of prepared to give you our thoughts, give you our recommendations. First of all, Nico, what are your just general feelings around the keynote today?
I think that it's an eye-opener for anybody that hasn't been paying attention to like the evolution of the platform. And I think a lot of people have probably been a little bit asleep on, functionality with agents, functionality with smart, like just the CRM in general. And I love the fact that they are bringing it all together and they're making it a lot easier for people to understand not only where AI fits into the equation, how it fits into the equation, and how it's actually supposed to be effective for you to give you that actual lift that you're looking for and the conversion that you're looking for.
Yep.
What about you, Caroline?
Yeah, I think this is where I can officially drop my parody on Taylor Swift. Again, another Easter egg, but the flywheel, she can't come to the phone right now because she's dead, and Loop Marketing is here. So I'm excited because I think it truly shows the intersection of AI at all these different touch points, right? And that you should be ever evolving. You should be coming to the table knowing your brand voice, using AI to support that, and not replacing humans, but empowering humans to move faster. And and then send it out to your audience and then evolve with their feedback and engagement.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. My general thoughts have been that the past couple of years, at every inbound, we feel the shift more towards upmarket, more towards enterprise. At the start, HubSpot in the enterprise might have felt like a long shot, but with every year, they're releasing more than 2,000 updates to the product every single year. And honestly, confidently, today, I can say with everything we heard today, HubSpot is ready to kick the door of enterprise and be on parity with other solutions out there and gain the confidence of the enterprise buyer.
Yeah. Well, there's been so many companies that they're just band-aiding a bunch of different tools together, but at its core with the smart CRM, making everything work together, and your AI is only going to be as good as the data within your smart CRM. And if you don't trust that, then I think that's where HubSpot wins. It's because they're focusing so much on the foundation, the core, and then building their efficiencies on top of that strong foundation.
Yeah. The general through line of everything we heard at the keynote was that loop marketing framework that you mentioned, Caroline. The funnel is dead. It's not moving. Inbound is dead. It's funny. I feel like maybe in 2-3 years we'll go to Loop 2029 or,
Loop,
instead of inbound. But
Loop what you made me do. Loop what you made me do.
But yeah, it's like a through line that's kind of like anchoring every single product update. For those who have not seen the keynote yet, the new framework is Express, Tailor, Amplify, Evolve. Basically, what HubSpot have done, they went to all their customers that have been successful at going to market today in a world where AI search has kind of disrupted traditional search, and they studied what these people were doing correctly and provided us with this new framework. Any quick thoughts around the framework itself? My quick thought is it felt like there was not as much focus on the customer itself, the way that they used to do with the flywheel and the funnel.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is still there. It's just in a different place. So it's not quite as obvious as it used to be, where playbooks tend to just go straight from, first, second, third, fourth down the line. Loop is more about being reactive and sort of tentative to the customer.
Yeah.
So before it was a lot more, when you think about the funnel, it's like, okay, well, we start at the bottom or we start at the top and then we let them out at the bottom, we win, and then it's like gone, right? There's no
learning.
There's no touchback. And I talk to partners a lot and I ask them the same question, which is that once you're done with a client, once you finish that engagement, do you reach out like 3 to 6 months later to talk to them? Or is it just kind of like done and over with, right? And it's a little bit like that. But now when you put it in a B2B framework or a B2C framework, it's about, okay, well, we did make this sale. Now, are we following up? Are we paying attention to what else they're looking at on our site? Have they started looking at other product and we need to match that? Do we need to tailor our things differently because maybe they've changed their preferences as well? So I really like it as a means of being able to say that, like, oh, cool, this is a new framework that we're using in order to put our client, put our customer at the center and then kind of work everything around them. Right?
Yeah. And one of my favorite coworkers I've ever worked with would say this phrase over and over again internally, but also works with customers. Feedback is a gift. It's like a gift of learning what works and what doesn't work. And I liked what Yamini said of, customers are fighting so much chaos and so much noise. There is so much out there. And I think the more you can know your ICP and know where they are, what kind of content resonates with them, trust but verify of, we think this is going to work. Let's test it out and let's be willing to actually measure and evolve and react quickly.
Nico, that was very insightful, but I know about you. All I heard was we're not her favorite coworkers.
I said one of. One of.
So I was planning to rattle off a lot of the product updates, but I realized it might be better to ask you guys what has been the highlight update of the keynote. I'll start with you, Nico.
The highlight update to me is a bit tough to choose from, but I'm going to say it's assistance. I really do think that is a big plus for not only for customers, but also for admin, also for end users who basically need that extra little bit of AI brought into HubSpot where it's got a little bit more personality, but it still has access to their data and it can do a little bit more personalization for them. To me, that it's perfect because you can actually tailor something, you can build something that either helps you with your customers, helps you with the system itself, can help you with in terms of design, can also carry any of your brand messaging and stuff that you need within it, right? So being able to have essentially a trained GPT within HubSpot, it's very priceless to me.
They focused a lot on this idea of the new hybrid team where humans and AI kind of coexist and work together. And the pillar structure for them has been, like you mentioned, AI assistants plus agents. Assistants who collaborate with you, help you do work better, and agents who do work for you. And there were some exciting updates that to those who are kind of like on the edge of AI have kind of recognized some of these features that exist outside of HubSpot today, but now we have them inside of HubSpot. Can you tell people more about if they're familiar with custom GPTs and OpenAI and how they can now do that inside of a HubSpot with the additional context of their CRM?
Yeah. I mean, now you've got the advantage of Breeze Marketplace and Breeze Studio. So you have this crazy advantage of being able to build your own agents, build your own assistants, and it all sits on top of your CRM data, right? So even when you're building an agent, it's leveraging not only your internal stuff, but it's able to leverage external sources if you want it to. You can actually build knowledge bases with it. So you can, tailor your own content either per client, per customer, per segment, however you want it to be. Whether you're dealing with proposals, you need sales assistants, marketing assistants, whatever it might be, you can essentially create this additional team member that everybody can kind of put in on and put their ideas into. And so you create, this overall like, oh, this is a great third person, let's say, or extra person that we need in order to handle doing whatever the workload is, right? Mm-hmm. And that's the message that I love the most, that it's about empowering your team, and it's about actually getting them to understand that this is an extension of what they do as opposed to a replacement to what they do, because that's the exact opposite of what's going on, right? Like, you really can't leverage these tools. I mean, you could do it in that way, but you're actually only hurting yourself by doing it.
Yeah. I like how they said every person needs an assistant and every team needs an agent. And like, it's very strategic how you're using these tools to, for the teams to keep up and evolve quickly and do these things faster.
Yeah. And I think it's important. The thing you mentioned is there's a lot of responsibility on leaders who are rolling out new tool sets to do proper change management, to do proper training. And us at HarvestROI, we have a new course that is launching in the Academy next week after Inbound.
Check it out.
That is specifically targeted towards the C-suite. It's called You Just Bought HubSpot. It's 90-day plan for the C-suite. Kind of guides you on how to do that change management and how to bring in your team on the journey with you instead of coming top down and mandating the changes.
Right.
Caroline, what about you? What is the biggest highlight of the announcements for you today?
Yeah, I think I'll be the yin to the yang of Nico over here, but I'm a data nerd and a data fan just because I kind of backed into RevOps from marketing and seeing the power of, when you have a unified data and clean CRM, what it can do, and the chaos it creates when you don't have that. So I think just all the tools that are being layered on the smart CRM and unifying data, smart insights, data studio, rebranding of Ops Hub to Data Hub and all those tools, so that you have a strong foundation that your marketing, your sales, your AI tools, clean. I'm a big fan of clean house and organizing.
Yeah.
So I think that it speaks to my heart on the smart CRM side of updates.
I'm interested in digging deeper on the smart CRM. All three of us here have had careers adjacent to HubSpot in one shape or another for a very long time. So we're kind of a bit biased towards the HubSpot tool set, and we always recommend, HubSpot's hubs to do stuff. But today they announced that the smart CRM is becoming its own standalone SKU, and that's unbundled from the other hubs. Now, if you buy a hub, you still get the smart CRM for free, but there is now a world where people have the HubSpot smart CRM with no other HubSpot hubs. How does that make you feel? Can you wrap your head around that?
I think maybe not all the other hub. Maybe they would use one hub. I know so many clients that would benefit from just having the standalone CRM and custom objects that they really would buy enterprise to unlock those custom objects. So now with the smart CRM, you might not be ready for all the powerful tools of enterprise. You might be ramping up, but you're starting out the foundation of your data and you need those custom objects. So I think it creates a lot more flexibility for businesses to start and then grow and evolve and add on, additional hubs and additional features as they grow. So I know so many clients that are probably going to, be looking at the smart CRM and then maybe just Marketing Hub or maybe just Sales Hub on top of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I see it as being this like added aspect. There's plenty of clients who they've got Marketo, they've got some other system, right? And they need HubSpot for their customer management, but otherwise they have the other systems that they need.
Right.
So why not, right? Why not just fill that gap? And then from an AI developer design perspective, I'm extremely excited because to me this kind of spells out this is a whole new and people might not be looking at it this way, but this is definitely, I think, what HubSpot was trying to go for. This is not only a new SKU for them, it's a new SKU for every partner, technically.
Yeah.
Right? Because Now you can develop your own CRM with Smart CRM as the underlier, right? So you go from like implementation to customization.
Yeah.
But true customization, right? Like before it's like, oh, okay, we customize your portal, we move some stuff around. Now you can actually build a platform, right? And then use HubSpot as the heart of it, and still be able to deliver the exact same quality, but the way in which your client or your business needs it.
Yeah. So if you have been waiting to pull the trigger on a HubSpot purchase and you were hesitating just because of, you might not be needing a specific hub from HubSpot, now's your chance. The Smart CRM is a standalone SKU. For me, the biggest highlight of all of these announcements has been the shift to no-code integrations and the focus on trying to enable teams to do things that they might feel like they need to do in external systems. Things like Clay have kind of taken over, the go-to-market space. Everybody's buzzing about it on LinkedIn, but not a lot of people have focused on the fact that a lot of the Clay functionality you can do today inside of HubSpot using the new Data Studio, using all the no-code integrations, using smart properties who are basically doing the same things that Clayagent is doing today. So honestly, it's looking more and more like if you are already a HubSpot organization that's embedded in HubSpot, there's no need for you to reach out to these new shiny tools like Clay that everybody seems to be flocking towards.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm assuming that is the intent.
Yeah.
And it makes sense because go-to-market, especially AI-driven go-to-market, is phrase of the year, probably, right? At least phrase of this half of the year. So that makes perfect sense to me that they would want to position themselves to be in that space and to be able to not necessarily compete, but to have those tools available.
Yeah. And I think the value, I always say to clients when they're, just CRM as a concept, right? And with HubSpot's value is because it has all the marketing tools, right? You can bring in data you have about your customers and build that through properties in the CRM. And then by using forms and email engagement and the tracking code, you can see what content they're engaging with. And that's, I always refer to that as user input data, right? It's data they are giving you about what they're interested in. And now with a lot of these enrichment tools, right, you can look at that publicly available data and fill in the gaps of the data you have in your system or outside systems you're bringing in, engagement from their side, and then what else can help fill in the gaps to personalize or segment your audiences.
Yep. I would be remiss as a marketer to not talk about Marketing Hub. Marketing Hub has gotten a facelift. So if you've ever tried to use campaigns, you might have felt like the tool is not there's a lot of you hit the edges really quick and it doesn't really feel like an all-encompassing tool that helps you track your entire campaign. Now, Marketing Studio is going to be your new home for your marketing campaigns. If you've used tools like Nero or Lucidchart, this is very familiar, very comfortable. It's a canvas where you can lay out every single asset of your marketing campaign. You can draw the relationships for your buyer's journey within the pieces of content. You can assign assets to specific team members through there. It's a collaborative space, so multiple people can be working on the canvas at the same time, and you can, chase the little cursor around the screen. Also, you have the ability to create net new content from Marketing Studio immediately, either manually or using AI, or you can still assign pre-existing assets to your campaign and order it around. I have not had the chance to test out Marketing Studio yet. I'm excited to deploy it for us at Harvest for our own marketing. So stay tuned for my thoughts on it.
Yeah.
The other thing is we are now going to more industry naming schemes, and our lists in HubSpots are now called segments.
I think this makes sense. I mean,
it does. But I did hear some people asking, what So now my deal lists are deal segments, which
Well, they are.
Yeah.
which is still, people trying to get used to the new naming. But if traditional marketers are jumping into the CRM space, they're used to the segments naming scheme, so they'll feel right at home. What's left is the name leads as opportunities, and then everybody can
Yeah.
feel welcome.
Right.
Not that I subscribe to that, but
But I think it's, having segments and then like use another way that AI is being layered into HubSpot tools is, previously you would segment lists based on properties you have or other, workflow enrollments or other list membership, right? But now you can prompt using AI of saying, help me find people like this and you can unlock new segments like you didn't even know how to filter on. And so I think that's how it's supporting like a marketer in their day-to-day function. I was excited when that was demoed.
Yeah. Also, if you're familiar with dynamic content on websites, now you can do the same on emails. So hyper-personalization has been a big part of the announcements. And with AI, it makes during that hyper-personalization, that one-on-one, like quote-unquote custom content for each person, realistic at scale now.
Yeah.
So not just traditional, personalization tokens. Now you can have specific prompts that generate content for every single recipient based on context from inside the CRM, as well as buyer intent data. So that's exciting for email marketers. So Marketing Hub is getting a revamp. Marketers got a lot of love this year. Sales teams and service teams might feel left out, but I assure you, if you go check out the Spotlight, HubSpot.com/spotlight, you will find that there's a lot of updates on Sales Hub, a lot of updates on Service Hub. It's just there's so much to talk about in the keynote that they didn't get a spot.
Yeah. Commerce Hub got a little love.
I was trying not to talk about that one.
Oh, sorry. Moving on.
Speaking of sales teams feeling like they're not included, if you're a customer of Sales Hub and are enjoying legacy quoting, our advice is to keep it functioning, because they just announced Commerce Hub and they're moving quoting to Commerce Hub as a standalone purchase, which offers them the ability to innovate with their new AI-powered CPQ. But the realistic take is that a lot of people that used to get access to quoting now have to buy another service. Nonetheless, the roadmap is very exciting, but the current state of the product might leave some people to feel like now third-party CPQ tools might be more competitive and more enticing. But I'm interested in hearing like what do you think about this move towards Commerce Hub becoming another paid hub?
I mean, it was a little bit of, and I know this is gonna sound harsh, so
hey, we are trusted. We are
hot
trusted
take.
by our
Yeah.
audience to give
Hot
them
takes.
the real feedback.
yeah, I mean, like the thing is, and a lot of people think that I'm like too harsh when I give it to HubSpot, but the thing is, when you love something so much, you're very very passionate about it. So basically, the way I saw it was like rob Peter to pay Paul. Gave you back the capabilities of the quick data cleanup, right? So like now the Clearbit stuff that got taken away a few months ago, that's back now. And so instead we've now put quotes behind the gate, right? So 6 of one, half of the other. I don't know how much people were using quotes within HubSpot. So it might be a case, what I could see from them on the back end is it might be a case where they're looking at the tools and they're trying to see like, okay, where can we part stuff out because maybe it's not getting as much use versus like, what do we need to keep as part of the overall package? So I don't know. It could be a smart move for them. I think it is, because there are a lot of quote tools to basically to compete against. So it really just gives people an option to be able to use the hub without having to purchase Commerce Hub, without having to get mixed in with all of those tools. So I don't know. I'm liking the.
It's definitely an improvement. It's an opportunity for them to innovate, because legacy quoting, admittedly, has been a tool that if you need anything more than basic quotes, it's not the right tool for you. So a lot of the customers that use it don't have complicated quoting systems, which it worked for them. It was not amazing. So like it's still going to be a net new improvement if you have CPQ needs that are slightly above just basic.
Yeah.
So speaking of more monetization, HubSpot credits is now throughout the platform. And if you've been paying attention to the general tech landscape and a lot of the new AI tools, you understand that a lot of them are metered. A lot of them, ask you to buy credits and spend credits every time you run a process or prompt an LLM, which is kind of the reality of the infrastructure today. We still need to do that. There's a cost of goods sold for HubSpot to be able to provide these features, especially these AI features. Yet, it still feels like, oh, we bought a hub, but now to use it, we got to pay credits. So it might be a tough conversation, but
it's like a down payment for a house, and then you still have. You're like, oh man.
Yeah.
But we were talking about how are people going to manage this when there's so many different ways you can use credits? Like, is there going to be something like marketing contact status dashboard? Is there going to be something that alerts you, like how you're alerted for marketing contact status?
That's that's one tool that I'm very much waiting for. So that I was a little disappointed. I'm definitely going to go by the booth and ask them and find out in detail. But the number one ask I have had ever since Breeze launched was credit monitor. Where's my credit monitor?
Yeah.
How do I know how many credits I have left, right? And without having to go dig into the back panel to find out, and then credit limitations. So being able to set it, even though, let's say you purchase and you have like 3,000 in the month, maybe you want to set it safeguard at like 2,800 or something like that. Or you might want to have like a credit warning for admin that like
threshold.
At like whatever, 10% left. And I guess that's why it kind of threw me, is because like we have that for marketing contacts, right? So like it just seemed really no brainer. Like, we should probably have that too.
Yeah.
But look, to your point, all services, I mean, a lot of the different AI services that we use, that I use, they all start out the same way. You have your base subscription, and then you have your usage fee or your usage amount, and you can go over what it's supposed to be, and then you pay whatever X.
Overages,
yeah. So it does make sense to me. The use of it within customer agent is good, because it's not like it's just one conversation, and then if that same person comes back, then it's another cost.
Yeah.
It's one for, I think, a 24-hour period. So
yes,
that's pretty good. It's
you have a 72-hour window to
72 hours
to re-engage that conversation if it drops, and you're not charged for an extra conversation.
Right. That could save you a lot.
Yeah.
But I can see where, I guess it depends, right? It depends on how in-depth you want to get with it, right?
Yeah.
Like how many features you want to enable. And that leads into like HubSpot's AI, assessment, right? And as well, like partners being able to do good AI assessments and being able to sit down with your customers and say, okay, where are you actually having issues? Where do we actually need to deploy AI, right? Because to your point, like you don't want to just start everything up, throw a bunch of credits at it, and then see what happens, right? So yeah, it's definitely worth the time. Given the credit system, it's kind of a way of like nudging you and be like, hey, make sure you know what you need, right?
I just think a lot of HubSpot partners are going to have these things, because we're, a singular customer is going to have it, but we're supporting strategy and client management for numbers of, so it's like, how do you manage that across the board? And then you're going to have clients that come back to you and say like, why am I being charged all this money? So I think maybe even if it's not, hopefully from a across the board perspective for all HubSpot users, but I think especially for partners, that's going to be super critical.
Yeah. Like Nico mentioned, if you hear a lot of like this AI talk and you feel like you're not ready to engage with it on your own, reach out to our team and you'll get a chance to work directly with Nico on our AI enablement services, as well as our clients who do RevOps engagements with us and do optimization projects with us also get access to Nico's services and his help to get your AI transformation started. Speaking of more AI things, we talked about Customer Agent. Also, if you've been using Prospecting Agent in Sales Hub, now Prospecting Agent is available to all customers. So it's not stuck to Sales Hub, but it spends HubSpot credits now as well.
Yeah.
So same thing like that. Nico mentioned that basic enrichment that went away with Clearbit now is back. So those don't spend any credits, but extra advanced enrichment will do that. Data Agent, which is the new addition inside of Data Hub, will spend credits anytime it updates smart properties. If you're not familiar what smart properties are, they're exactly like Clay and the Claygent, where you can either go online using an AI prompt to look for something, or you can go through your own CRM and use the CRM context to update it. Just know that anytime you update that smart CRM, you are spending HubSpot credits. So with that also, they talked about the marketplace, for the Breeze marketplace, which you're not stuck with just HubSpot agents. Of course, at the start, HubSpot has populated the marketplace with, I think, over 20 agents.
Yeah.
So like if you feel like these 3 agents are great, but you need more, make sure to browse the marketplace and look at every agent and add it to your portal and get started. But that opens an opportunity for partners like us who are doing AI solutions to also build our own AI agent and feature it inside of that marketplace. So also the partner ecosystem, I'm looking forward to what they have in store, including us.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very much looking forward to building agents and also putting together something, let's say, a little bit for partners, probably something for clients. Either way, it's going to be available on the marketplace. And I think that's probably, that's my biggest excitement going into the rest of this year, is basically putting Harvest on the map within the agent marketplace and giving people the tools that I know that they need, that you can't necessarily find elsewhere, but that's kind of what we do at Harvest. We innovate automation and innovate your CRM. So
yeah, when they announced that, I looked over at Nico. I said, "What are you going to build? What you going to build?"
Yeah, well, we're excited to see what Nico and the team is going to build. Pivoting away from the keynote, the show is in San Francisco for the first time. I don't know if for the last time. Next year's going back to Boston to the trusted BCEC. But how has San Francisco been for you?
Well, coming from the East Coast,
yeah,
I miss my 1 hour direct flight to Boston, I will say. But I've never been to California, so it's hopped off the plane, the fresh air. I sneezed immediately. I was like, I think I'm allergic to fresh air. But no, I think it's a smart and strategic move for HubSpot. I mean, you're not playing defense, you're playing offense. You're bringing the orange.
Yeah,
the San Francisco, which walking around, you see it everywhere.
Yeah. They're in the Blue Cloud's backyard.
Yeah.
And the Blue Cloud had to move their event because of inbound. So it's definitely making some ripples.
Yeah.
But hey, we live in the same place, you and I, Caroline.
Yes. Yes.
We do have clean air. We have a lot of green, so
we have a lot of pollen too in Virginia.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, you guys aren't in jerseys.
No.
What about you, Nico?
Second time here, actually. I was here just earlier this year for the AI Summit. And so it is, it's nice being back. Definitely different from what I'm used to. Somewhat similar to Florida, at least in terms of the weather. It has that stagnant humidity, which I love so much. But no, the city is great. I mean, honestly, every morning, every evening is it's just picturesque. It doesn't even, you're just in the streets, but it doesn't matter. All of the lighting off buildings and stuff is amazing. And yeah, I mean, to Caroline's point, like I got off the BART and immediately just HubSpot everywhere. Like all of these bills are wrapped in HubSpot. There's HubSpot ads all over.
Even at the airport.
Yeah, it's nuts. So
even when I ordered my Uber, the HubSpot ad came up.
That's crazy.
Ordering the Uber. I took a screenshot.
That's I mean, the only thing I haven't seen so far is like a HubSpot Waymo, but
yeah,
I'm sure if they could have, they would have.
Yeah.
I know this is first day of general admission, but there's a lot of changes to like the show floor and the event itself. How do you like the new changes? How does it feel versus someone who's maybe experienced inbound in Boston at the BCEC?
Yeah, I'm still taking it in because I feel like I had home court advantage of going to enough inbounds in Boston that I was like, okay, I know where this room is, I know where this is, and so now it's like a little bit of a learning curve, but we're evolving.
Yeah,
I'm not entirely sure just yet. So far, pretty good. I kind of like the setup. It's like an easy tee, so you can find pretty much everything you need. We'll see how it goes with the deep dives and like running back and forth. But so far, it actually really, I love the layout. Energy is equally as buzzing as it is in Boston. So it's like, even though it's away from home, it still feels like home.
Yeah. Nico, I know you have big plans around brain dates. For anyone who's listening and might be compelled to try to join one of your brain dates, tell us more about those.
So I have several brain dates going on this week. I have one is on my schedule. I don't have them memorized. I'm sorry. But
if they were brain dates in college or in high school, I would have had more dates.
Caroline, don't sell yourself short. I as well am running a couple of brain dates. I'm running 2 today about bootstrapping your content generation with smart use of SME podcasts and AI tools, which, funnily enough, this counts as an SME podcast.
Yeah.
And we're definitely be reusing bits and chunks of it. So stay tuned. As well as I'm talking about we do a lot of work on LinkedIn. So talking about, is LinkedIn still a viable organic channel in 2025? Which kind of like the keynote is kind of saying like organic channels are taking a hit right now. So it'll be an interesting conversation.
Yeah, but I think more like people first channels, right? People pages on LinkedIn and individuals, posts get way more engagement than company pages on average. Yeah. So I think, and I hope LinkedIn isn't, because like that's the last one I'm on, guys. I'm too old.
Can't lose LinkedIn, guys.
I was born in the 1900s. I can't learn any more social media.
1900s. Oh no.
Born in that's when things that you're like, oh, we're
1900 something.
Yeah.
1900s.
So Nico,
I've got tomorrow at 11:30. The first one I'm doing is on prompt engineering. And then I've got another one going on at 2:30 that is all about deep research, which that one I'm looking forward to all of them, but I'm looking forward to that one especially because I really want to, they talked about the ideal customer profile. They talked about the AI-based, new enablement. I really want people to actually understand what's in their CRM before they actually do anything with it. So deep research is definitely going to be one that I mean, it's full, but if you can show up and stand around, that's going to be worth your time.
Standing room only for Nico.
All of them. I tried to get another one, but they wouldn't allow it.
Wouldn't let you.
Then I have one on, so those are on Thursday. Almost all of them are on Thursday. And then, Thursday. And then I also have one that's, let's use AI to build your side hustle. Mm-hmm. So I love that because if you can give me an idea, I can build it with AI in less than 5 minutes, 10 minutes, probably. Like I can build pretty much an entire brand in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And then Friday, there's a encore, Thursday and Friday. Thursday is another one for prompting, and Friday is a vibe coding encore.
Sounds
packed.
Define vibe coding for our audience.
Oh no, that's a long conversation.
Yeah.
That might be a whole nother segment.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Caroline, any closing thoughts?
Yeah, I'm excited just to be here in person. I don't think anything beats, coming to Inbound in person, whether it's East Coast, West Coast. It's such a good time because the value is the people. So I'm excited for the seated sessions I've signed up for, as well as meetups. And it was the first time I got to meet most of the Harvest team in person. So besides my, neighbor over here, Selim. So
What about you, Nico?
For me, it's I don't know. Like, again, this is my Super Bowl, right? Well, love coming to Inbound. It is ever since the first one. It's very much like an addictive thing that you've again. It's my Super Bowl. I got to be here every year. So I love it. The venue hasn't really changed much for me. Like I said, the energy is still there. Everything is still the same. So yeah, I'm trying to soak it all in. Trying to take it slow today because I know it's going to be super busy, and I know the next couple days are going to be crazy busy. But
yeah, if your calendar's not packed for Inbound, because you got after hours, you got happy hours, you got meetups, sessions, open sessions. So
yeah, I mean, between meetings, sessions, brain dates, doing social, and I think I have. I don't know if I think I have one lunch in there.
One lunch.
Yeah,
right? Yeah, with
3 days. I think I have 1 hour.
Yeah, get some protein bars.
Right. Yeah, that's, my wife actually, she asked. She was
Yeah.
like, you want me to make you some granola bars? I now regret saying no.
Yeah. Yeah, correspondent duties, man.
Yeah, I know.
It's exciting.
Shout out to the correspondent program and Gabrielle Herrera
Yes.
for putting it together. If you liked our conversation today and want to dig deeper and have a deep dive on all the announced product updates, make sure to join us on September 12th for a webinar with myself and our CEO, Dave Schillebro, where we're going to talk through all the product updates and you'll get insight from him as well. So it will be a LinkedIn live event. So check out our company page and look for the event. Make sure to join us. Thank you so much, Nico and Caroline, for joining me today on this podcast live from San Francisco at Inbound 2025.